The government and business community is mourning the death of the country's richest man, Henry C. Sr.
The life of the man behind the SM empire is a classic rags to riches story. Jess de los Santos give us a quick look back on the humble beginnings of the Philippines retail giant.
Tatang. This is how SM Foundation scholars used to call retail king and mall tycoon Henry C. Sr., who last appeared in public during the scholars' grand reunion on January 16. Little did they know that this will be the last time they'd catch the country's richest man, who died peacefully in his sleep less than a week after the event. C passed away on January 19, leaving behind an empire which, according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, is valued at over $7 billion. The man behind SM also had a historical 11-year streak as the richest man in the country based on Forbes magazine. Forbes places his net worth at $19 billion. But even with this record, C's rag-to-riches story was never a secret. Henry C. immigrated to the Philippines at age 12 with nothing but hopes for a better life and some 10 centavos in his pocket. C started selling rice, sardines, and soap when he and his family moved here in the country. Their store, however, was burned down during the World War II. Because of this, C's father returned to China, but the businessman chose to stay and develop his business. C went on to earn his commerce degree from Far Eastern University in Manila, and after the war, he went on to sell shoes imported by U.S. soldiers. This provided him the platform to later found Shoe Mart, opening the nation's largest chain and first air-conditioned shop to sell shoes here in the country in 1958. After opening 6 shoe stores, he diversified the business into clothing and soft goods because shoe manufacturers couldn't meet his demands for higher volumes. And not long after, history was made in 1985 when C opened his first supermall in Manila. C's SM malls started popping up all over the country. Currently, there are around 70 SM stores in the country and some 7 malls in China. Arguably, C's SM Group ultimately became the face of Philippine retail culture. But the tycoon diversified his business, adding in specialty stores, banks, real estate, and even a school. But this seemingly impeccable success story is marred by labor issues. Labor groups have accused the country's biggest mall operator of unjust labor practices, particularly endo or contractualization. Then there's the practice of comprador, where SM requires consignors to hire their own salespeople in selling their products in SM malls. A human rights group based in Ontario meanwhile claims that C gave his employees years' worth of struggle against contractualization. However, for the business community and for those whose lives he has touched, Henry C. will remain a visionary whose business spirit paved way to invaluable social and economic contributions. Jess de los Santos, We Are One News.